Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my daily video blog. We are on day 16 of the blog, and it is my 60th day of social distancing. Busy around here. That's the way things are. Yesterday morning, I remarked that I really needed to squeeze in mowing the lawn again this afternoon. And Laura promptly pointed out that even though it was beautiful at the moment, it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. And sure enough, you know what? By the time our meetings were done for the day, everything was soggy. I know some people are managing to have immaculate yards with this stay-at-home order. Alas, I struggle with lawn care at the best of times, and in the worst of times, well, it's worse. I suppose I could take a morning off from the vlog to mow the lawn, but no! I'm committed to continue to bring you the big daily announcement to tell you what day it is faithfully every day. So here I am, reminding you about the Community of Christ Daily Prayer for Peace Country of the Day, bringing you another of Tiona's book recommendations, and reporting on another daily check-in I've had with someone from somewhere in the world. Today's Daily Prayer for Peace Country of the Day is Gabon. I have to laugh at myself, folks, because it's amazing how having visited a place or knowing someone from that place seems to lead to an almost instinctive reaction of solidarity with that place, deep down in me anyway. That tribal temptation to categorize people and places into lists of my peeps and others is so strong. It's as old as Nathanael in the Gospel of John retorting to the disciples, "Could anything good come out of Nazareth?" when they tried to entice him out from under his fig tree and into discipleship. Some of us might have a pretty small list of places we feel connected to or patriotic about, and mine is a pretty long list, but that temptation is still there. So when we go from Denmark yesterday to Gabon today, I can't help but perk up. I mean, Harrietta and her family, my dear friend from back in the Tahiti days, that girl I watched grow up as a teen, who's now an amazing young woman, lives there with her family. So now, I've read a book about Gabon. I've listened to a whole podcast series about Gabon politics. Gabon matters. Of course, as I keep saying, we're invited to pray for peace in the world. And we may also pray for the Community of Christ Daily Prayer for Peace Country of the Day. Today it's Gabon, and that has my special attention, sure, but I hope to use this practice every day to remind me that God's people are everywhere. Today it's Gabon, but may we always remember that there's a world out there. Today Tiona has another book recommendation for us. There was some hesitation today because Tiona wasn't sure about going back to another book by an author they've already recommended. But since this is their favorite author, here goes. The recommendation today is actually for a series called the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series by Rick Riordan. Tiona says that this series is about Norse mythology. The first book is The Sword of Summer, and it's like super different from most books. Tiona says, really, normally, if the main character who's telling the story dies, well, like bam, that's the end of the story. But that's what happens in one of the first chapters of this first book in this series. The character, Magnus Chase, dies and goes to Valhalla, and that's where warriors train for Ragnarok, Tiona explains, the Norse apocalypse. Magnus Chase's friends are an elf named Heartstone, who is deaf, and a dwarf named Blitzen, who loves fashion. You need to read the whole series, Tiona says, but my favorite book in the series is The Ship of the Dead. That one has more romance. My favorite character, says Tiona, is Alex Fierro, who's introduced in the second book, The Hammer of Thor. Alex is the gender-fluid child of Loki, who has green hair, is very sarcastic, and is awesome. For those of you who have already read the Percy Jackson series or the Heroes of Olympus series that Tiona already recommended a book from, Magnus Chase, Tiona says, is the cousin of Annabeth, who is one of the main characters in those two other series. Also, Samira, or Sam, is a Valkyrie and is Muslim. The book Ship of the Dead has all the main characters going on a quest. The quest that took place during Ramadan, which meant that Sam had to do it while fasting. Check out this series, says Tiona. You'll love it. Okay, it's time for my daily check-in with someone from somewhere in the world that I serve in my work with Community of Christ. Yesterday, I checked in with Renelle Louis Jean from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Renelle is the Mission Center president for the Community of Christ Haiti Great South Mission Center, and he also serves as a legal representative for the Community of Christ in Haiti. We've had kind of an interesting history of Community of Christ in Haiti. And without getting into all of that here, there did come a time when local leadership was feeling like much of Community of Christ identity wasn't really relevant for a Haitian context. One of the key representatives of that perspective happened to be in national leadership of the church. He was also the pastor of one of our biggest congregations. Renelle was on his pastoral leadership team. Apostle Bunda Chibwe came in as the first Francophone apostle for Haiti, and he was determined to get beyond the inner circle of staff to do training with the broader membership. I love the story of how Bunda was teaching on a recent section of the Doctrine and Covenants and had a relatively unknown congregational leader interrupt to ask first, "When you say Doctrine and Covenants, what is that?" And then later in the class, "About this Doctrine and Covenants, can we get copies of that book?" That leader was Renelle. Since then, the pastor and leader resistant to sharing Community of Christ identity chose to leave Community of Christ. Renelle went on to work for us as a translator for a time, translating Sharing in Community of Christ, that fundamental book on Community of Christ identity, into Haitian Creole, and then to becoming the Haiti South Mission Center president and the national president for Haiti. Renelle is a champion for appropriately contextualizing the identity of Community of Christ in Haiti. Wherever Renelle goes, he preaches the mission, enduring principles, beliefs, and sacraments of the church, all to reinforce the centrality of Christ and the promotion of community. Renelle shares that things continue to be difficult in Haiti during the pandemic, as many factories are closed due to the virus and many are unemployed. The church, of course, is not able to meet as it normally would. Some preachers have tried to say that if we had faith, we would not fear the virus and we would not take these preventative measures. Renelle has been an important advocate as a religious leader in Haiti, promoting responsible theology. Renelle says, "We have trust in God, but that includes responsible choices. We don't handle hot things on the stove without protection, and neither should we taunt God relative to this virus." When the pandemic hit, Renelle and the Haiti South Mission Center financial officer Faustin had not long ago stepped in as interim coordinators for the Outreach International and Community of Christ Haiti Schools program. The previous coordinator, Augustin Dera, passed away last year, and we're still working on a strategic plan for the future that will include new staffing. As interim coordinators of the program for a year, Renelle and Faustin might have imagined a status quo operation, but instead, they've ended up dealing with some pretty interesting and challenging stuff. Most of our 170 or so churches in Haiti operate at least a small school alongside other more churchy type programs. 61 of these schools are officially part of the Outreach International and Community of Christ Haiti Schools program. 61 of them. 17 of those schools also participate in a nutrition program funded by the same OI and CFC partnership, particularly reliant on the Community of Christ World Hunger Fund. So as the pandemic emerged, the Haitian government announced restrictions on public gatherings and schools were closed. Renelle and Faustin could tell early on that while they'd be working with outreach administrators of the school program to coordinate the suspension of classes, many people at those schools depended on the meals that they received at the school. So a program was designed to provide the neediest of families in the 17 schools with nutrition programs with food baskets, including basic supplies that they could cook at home. The parents' committee at each school would put the baskets together, and a parent of each recipient family would come to the school each month to pick up the supplies. The budget for this program was going to be somewhat higher than the normal budget for the nutrition program, so Community of Christ and Outreach International both allocated some additional funding to be able to provide this important support. Renelle thanks all who give to Community of Christ and to Outreach International so that this support can be offered in these difficult times, and all the time. Renelle and other Haitian staff are currently engaged in sharing a job posting for the persons who we hope will take over as permanent coordinators of the Haiti Schools program starting in August. Your prayers are important for Renelle and for the Haiti Schools program and for our churches in Haiti. Renelle himself assures me that he's doing okay. It's a difficult time with people being confined to their homes. Also, Renelle's wife was in Florida for a funeral earlier this year and ended up stranded there as flights back to Haiti were suspended. Actually, when I asked Renelle how he was doing yesterday, he said, 50%. He quickly added that his wife was also doing 50%, and they'll be 100% once they're back together. I know we're all hoping that she'll soon be able to return home safely. I also know that places that are most vulnerable before a crisis like this are even more vulnerable in such difficult times. Haiti really counts on international support, and with the whole world struggling, I worry about our ability to help. While we've provided some extra help for the school nutrition program, we've not yet had a major food relief program for Haiti since the pandemic started. Renelle is already working with Field Bishop Moana Fa'ana to explore what can be done. Prayers for Renelle and for Haiti. Okay, it's time for our big announcement. Da 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 da. Now in this moment, now in this day. But the question is, what day is today? Wait for it. Today is Friday.
Yay, Friday!
Yay, Friday. So it's Friday, and I noticed that Community of Christ social media is reminding us today, Friday, that the end of May is the deadline for applying to Community of Christ Seminary. Kind of got me thinking about seminary, remembering my days as a Master of Arts in Religion student. Some of you may have participated in the lecture series that the seminary just finished offering, featuring Tony Chavala Smith on his book, A Way of Life. And if you did get to take advantage of that, I hope you enjoyed it. If it gave you a little taste of seminary and you'd like more, if you're finding yourself feeling that spiritual nudge to maybe move into a calling to seminary studies, consider yourself nudged again. You can find out more about the seminary on the seminary website. Reach out to Zach Harmon McLaughlin, the director, or to a friend who has gone through the program, or someone who's in the program right now. It's so wonderful seeing how many bivocational leaders have found a way to go to the Community of Christ Seminary. Back when I completed my master's degree in religion, the program was a collaboration between the church and Park University. And most all those students were full-time church employees. Now, the seminary is really for everyone, for the real core ministry of Community of Christ especially, people who are not full-time ministers, but volunteers. I will put a link to the Community of Christ Seminary down in the description, so check that out. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you much longer than that. We've gone a little bit long today, but I am hoping to be back again tomorrow with another What Day Is Today video blog. Again tomorrow, I'll remind you of the daily prayer for peace country of the day. Tiona will have another book recommendation, and I'm looking forward to checking in with another person to update you on how they're doing. If you have been or are currently a student of Community of Christ Seminary, or if you know someone from your area who has been or who is, leave us a comment on today's video. Maybe others will be encouraged or inspired. Okay, so I'm signing off for now from my home in Independence, Missouri. Until tomorrow, please remember to breathe.